to my studio. I was guided to do a house whispering session on my studio today, and to give you some insight into the house whispering process, I decided to share this video with you. I always work with priorities, and when I asked what part of my house needed house whispering, I was directed to my studio. Now, my studio is where I do most of my massages and one-on-one sessions. I always consult my directional list to give structure to my sessions, and here is what resulted. The universal flow of energy in my studio is 55%. The universal flow relates to the flow of life that flows through this space. Ideally, it needs to be 100%. Anything less relates to a blockage. Imagine a pipe. 100% flow is free flow. 0% is completely blocked. And negative 100 relates to a negative flow of energy, that which does not support life energy. I was then guided to locate the heart center of my studio and discovered that there is no heart center. The heart center relates to the flow of love in this space. The story that relates to my studio is restriction of RNA DNA truth about citizen product of a poison vaccine. The universal flow of energy with myself is 55%, which makes sense because this room reflects me, and it is the space that I feel most comfortable working in. I was then guided to determine the universal flow of Australian citizens as a whole, which is 11%. For those of you who have been following what I've been doing, you will know that I have rescinded my citizenship, as if you are a citizen, the United Nations are the trustee of your estate, your property, and you. I wrote a letter to the United Nations informing them of my standing as a living woman who is a subject of the Imperial Crown, who is protected by the Hague Treaties, entered into force on the 26th of January 1910. I then determined the universal flow of living men and women. In other words, those that know what is going on and are aware of the Sestakavi Trust, the strawman, etc., etc. The universal flow of living men and women is 100%. The universal flow of energy with my clients are also 100%. The universal flow with Gaia, Mother Earth, is 0%. Gaia is blocked, and the root cause is New Zealand. And the story that relates to that is that 82% of the New Zealand population is slave-minded. The remedy was to focus on a map of New Zealand and send unconditional love to New Zealand. We are all connected, and where one goes, we all go. We are all part of the family of humanity, and we all need to focus on love rather than fear. I'd like to focus on the Schumann resonance, which is the measurement of the electromagnetic field of the Earth. It is about 100 kilometers in height. This field pulsates as if it were the heart of the planet and has a resonant frequency of 7.83 Hertz, which would be its fundamental mode. Now, this can vary due to solar disturbances in the ionosphere, geomagnetic disturbances, the presence of higher atmospheric rays, and there is a clear link between the Schumann resonance and brain rhythms. Our biological systems are tuned to our planet's background frequency through Schumann resonance. As the frequency of the Earth can affect us, so can we affect it. Well, this concludes part A of the house whispering session on my studio. I will create another video shortly when I do the next part. Anyway, namaste, namasko.